The Tri-State, we are still tracking that Storm Team 44 weather alert as storms will move in tonight through your Wednesday. Storm Team 44 meteorologist Gunnar Consel is tracking that timeline, but also when it looks like it'll all clear up. Gunnar?
Yeah, so right now we have a threat for severe weather tonight. It's also good to stay vigilant because we have another threat for severe weather tomorrow and Thursday. So it's going to be a busy next few days. Be sure to keep your head on a swivel just because we are going to be dealing with the threat for storms now and into the rest of the week. Right now, we're looking at dry skies for most of the Tri-State, but we have a small line of showers stretching from Fairfield basically to Harrisburg. Now, these aren't going to be too concerning. We're really going to be looking behind these showers for the potential development. Now, I'm looking promising at these storms because as these storms continue to push east, they have lost all of the severe thunderstorm warnings attached to them, and they're going to be soon moving out of the severe thunderstorm watch area. You can see this yellow box color. This is the watch. So as they continue to push east, they're going to leave that area of the watch, indicating that the National Weather Service thinks that these storms aren't going to be really too much problem for us. But this really isn't our big threat for severe weather. The threats that we'll see tonight, well, they really haven't even popped up yet. So we're going to be continuing to watch the radar, but also watch what could happen because the storms impacting us tonight, they don't exist yet. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on to what's happening now so we can get a better idea of what's going to happen later on tonight. Right now, we are dealing with lots of sunshine. What does this mean for the threat for severe weather? Well, the more and more sunshine we see, the more and more energy that's added to the ground and the atmosphere, basically adding more of a energy battery to the atmosphere, leading for the more potential for strong storms. Now, it almost looks and feels like summer out there, especially with these temperatures in the 80s. And when it feels like summer in the spring, we are obviously in for a summer-like threat for severe weather. So here's that threat for severe weather tonight. What does this tell us? We are expecting strong storms to push into the Tri-State, but the fact that it drops from a 2 to a 1 halfway across the Tri-State means that the storms, when they move towards the east, will be weakening. Will they weaken a little earlier? If that does happen, we won't really deal with that much of a threat for severe weather. But if they don't weaken when they're expected to, we could see those strong storms continue well into Evansville, even in towards Owensboro and Tell City. So it's very important to watch these storms as they're moving through so we can figure out when this line of weakening is going to occur. Right now, we expect them to weaken right over the Tri-State. Here are some of those ingredients that we're looking at for severe weather. Unfortunately, we're dealing with pretty high humidity. Humidity equals moisture, which equals energy for storms. Storms need moisture to form clouds, to form funnel clouds, to form hail. Lots of humidity means lots of energy. There is also some moderate wind shear, which could lead to some rotation, but there are a few ingredients that look promising. There's not that much upward lift in the atmosphere tonight, so that means that we're not going to be seeing lots of convection, especially because this is an overnight threat. No sun equals no active heating, so we're really going to be relying on the instability that builds during the day. And there might not be that much instability in the atmosphere tonight because we have some showers pushing through now, which will eat up some of that moisture, some of that energy. And then we also have a lid on the atmosphere. So there's an inversion which may put a lid on some of the development, keeping things at bay. So right now, only humidity is one of those biggest ingredients that we're concerned about. But even with the lid, a lot of these ingredients could form a few severe thunderstorms. So we're not guaranteeing severe weather, but it is a possibility. There are a few things that look promising, but coming up, I'll also be discussing our threat for severe weathers tomorrow and Thursday before we see a much sunnier, comfortable weekend ahead.